friends, let's get started with the letter X. Let's take your two fingers, your pointer and your tall man, and kind of cross them, and it sort of makes the letter X. And then you take your fingers and you go back and forth, and we're going to use the sound at the end of the word fox for the letter X. Fox doesn't begin with an X, but it ends with an X. The X is a sound that we don't use a lot. So we're going to say X says x, x, fox. And it sort of sounds like you're saying the word kiss, but you're leaving out the I. You're just going x, x. That's the X sound. All right, so put your hands up and let's say our sounds. A says apple. B says banana. C says cat. D says dog. E says elephant. F says fish. G says gorilla. H says hippo. I says inchworm. J says jungle. K says kangaroo. L says lion. M says monkey. N says nurse. O says octopus. P says pig. Q says queen. R says rabbit. S says snake. T says tiger. U says uncle. V says vulture. W says walrus. And X says x, fox. Kind of tricky to do that one, isn't it? All right, let's go ahead and count to 28 using our February calendar. Count with me as I write the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. February is one of the shortest months. It is the shortest month. And this year we only have 28 days. Today, when I'm recording this, it's February the 15th. It's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday, February 14th, and it was a holiday called Valentine's Day, when you see a lot of hearts and maybe chocolate candy and flowers that people give to people they love. So that was Sunday, yesterday. Today is February 15th, Monday. And then when you go to bed tonight, you wake up, it will be tomorrow, February the 16th, Tuesday. Let's say the numbers in this column. 1, 8, 15, 22. And let's also count backwards from 13. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take this calendar down so I have more room to work. Let's say our ABCs as I show you the cards. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, C. And now for the letter X, we make the letter X. Most of you know what the letter X looks like because you see it all over the place on signs, on treasure maps. X marks the spot. You start at the top and you make a slanted line down, and then you pick your pencil up, and I'm going to use my red to make the other line slant down. So it's start at the top, slant down, pick your finger up, start at the top, slant down. Slant, slant, X. And remember the X says X. Sometimes the X can sound different. It can say Z, but we're going to mostly talk about it making the X sound. All right, let's look up here And this is a very large rectangle that I've drawn. And then I've drawn 4 lines down to make 5 columns, and 1 line across to make 2 rows. And I'm going to show you using the tin frame that we talked about before. I'm going to show you some ways to count numbers by using your brain and not counting them, actually, just knowing them. Remember, up at the top there are 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you see a tin frame, there's always 5 on top and 5 on bottom, or if it's turned to the side, 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So therefore, if you see that all of the spaces are filled up, you know that's 5 without having to count them. You just know it from being smart and being alive and listening. So that's 5. So if I put 1 more magnet up there, it's kind of hard to see that white one. You know that's 5, so you don't need to count it. And in your head, you can think, oh, 6 comes after 5. Or you can go 5, 6, if you have trouble remembering that 6 comes after 5. And that would be 6. So then if I put another magnet, you don't need to count that top row. You know that's 5. So you go 5, 6, 7. And then if I put another one, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I put 1 more, how many would you have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could also think, well, we just had 8, and she put 1 more on there, and I know that 9 comes after 8, so I know that's 9. And then if I fill up both rows, I have 10, because it's called a tin frame, and you know there's 5 on top, 5 on the bottom, and 10 in all. So when you watch the other videos that I've made, remember that when you're seeing like snowflakes are maybe on the tin frame, don't count that top row if it's full. Just think in your head, oh, that's 5, and then I'll add the other ones. All right, so for the rest of the day, I would like for you to look for the letter X and practice it. And also, maybe you could find someone that will help you learn how to play tic-tac-toe if you don't already know. And the way you play tic-tac-toe is you make 2 lines down and 2 lines across. But if you do it on a dry erase board or a piece of paper, whatever you have to write, you can make them smaller so you can fit a lot on a piece of paper. When I was a little girl, we played a lot of this whenever I was just kind of bored. You decide who goes first. You play with 1 other person. 2 people play. 1 person writes X's and the other person writes O's. So you decide who's going to write X and who's going to write O. And the idea is to get 3 in a row. It's called tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. You can get 3 in a row diagonally, across like a row, or down in a column. All right, so let's pretend like I'm playing and I put an X here and the other person puts an O right here. And I'm going to put an X here and the other person puts an O right here. Do you see a way for me to get 3 in a row? Right here. If I put another X here, I get to say tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. Let's try it one more time. Down, down, across, across. Nowadays, this is called the pound sign, but it's really a tic-tac-toe board from old days. Okay, this time I'll be O and the other person will be X. And let's say they put an O right, I put an O right there in the middle, and they put an X here, and I put an O here, and they put an X here. See what they did? They just blocked me from getting 3 in a row. So I put an O here, and they put an X here, and they blocked me again. So I put an O here, and they put an X here, and they got tic-tac-toe 3 in a row. Keep practicing this game. It's a lot of fun, and you only need 1 other person to play. And I'll see you later.